Hi, my name is Gabe Rucker. I'm the chef and co-owner of Pigeon and Little Bird Restaurants. Today we're going to be making a recipe out of our new cookbook, Pigeon, Cooking at the Dirty Bird. It's barbecued celery root with a Beaujolais barbecue sauce, Dulce de Bourgogne cheese melted over the top, and a currant vinaigrette that's dressing some mâche. So the first step we're going to do is we're going to do a little chopping. We've got some really nice celery root here. This is the root of the celery plant, sweet root vegetable, good for purees, hashes. Here we kind of cut steaks out of it, and that we're going to grill and brush with barbecue sauce just like you would chicken in your backyard. Peeling it with a knife, just like you would citrus here. And we want to cut a nice thick steak, but not so thick that it's going to take forever to cook. So I'm going to shoot for a 1/3 of an inch thick there. We'll cut a couple of them. So now we've got some nice pieces of celery root. Give it a little bit of oil here. Season it with some salt. Flip it over. Repeat there. Now we're going to start the preparation of our currant vinaigrette. I've got 2 shallots here. Shallots are a great ingredient in vinaigrettes. It's really delicate, mild onion flavor that, when soaked or macerated in vinegar, is a perfect balance to make a simple dressing something a little bit more spectacular. We want to peel and mince these shallots, and we're going to take this vinaigrette one step further. When we macerate the shallots, we're actually going to kind of cook them down in vinegar with currants. So we're going to add a nice sweet flavor. We're going to use a vermouth vinegar, which is also a little bit of a sweeter, more delicate in the red wine vinegar family kind of. So we'll take our small saute pan, a little bit of our Beaujolais, some of this vermouth vinegar, Unio brand, I find to be a really good one, and some currants. And we're gonna go ahead and put that on the flame and reduce it down by about half. It'll plump the currants up and bring the flavor of the shallots out. All right, so next we're gonna put the Beaujolais barbecue sauce together. The Beaujolais barbecue sauce is actually a recipe, one of the first recipes that we made here at Le Pigeon. We used it with shrimp, with grilled prawns, and when I was looking for a vegetarian salad to make years later, the Beaujolais barbecue sauce popped into my head, and so it kind of had a rebirth. Beaujolais is a nice light red wine. We're gonna just get it in there. Take some honey. Traditional ketchup uses brown sugar for a sweetener, but I like the idea of honey here. A little paprika. We use a house-made ketchup in this recipe. If you don't want to make house-made ketchup, just a nice high quality. I like Portland Ketchup Company these days. However, the ketchup recipe is not that hard, and you'll find it in the pantry section of the cookbook. Then I'm just going to step over and get some fresh black pepper. Give it a couple nice grinds, because that's going to add a good little spice to the ketchup. Great, that's it. And then we're going to just go ahead and cook this down on medium heat. It's going to take about 10 or 15 minutes for it to reach the consistency of a nice barbecue sauce. Then we'll be ready to finish the dish. All right, so we're going to go ahead and turn these guys on. We'll give our barbecue sauce a quick stir to get the honey and the ketchup all mixed in there. And the barbecue sauce is going to take about 15 minutes or so to cook down. And this will probably cook for just about 5 minutes or so. We want to reduce it by about half, plump up the currants and the red onion or in the shallots. So we've got our shallots and our currants reduced down. You see there's still a little bit of that juice in there to make a vinaigrette. I'm going to go ahead and dump that in this bowl. We're going to mix in some olive oil, season it with a little bit of salt. And then while the celery root's grilling, I'm going to go ahead and refrigerate this. Our barbecue sauce is ready. You can see it's got a nice thick sauce consistency, a beautiful red tinge from that Beaujolais. So no need to take that out of the pot. I got my pot right next to my grill. We've got our seasoned celery root steaks. Put them on a nice hot spot on the grill there. And just like you would when you're barbecuing chicken out in your backyard, we're just going to be brushing this with barbecue sauce, and we'll brush it, we'll turn it over, we'll brush it, we'll turn it over. We'll do that a couple of times so that sauce really caramelizes on the celery root and you get that nice deep flavor. You want to have a medium hot grill for this project. If it's too hot, you'll char the celery root before it cooks all the way through. We're thinking probably about a total cook time of maybe 4 to 5 minutes. All right, so now we've got some caramelization happening, you can see. We're gonna go ahead and give that another brush. The sugars and the honey and the ketchup are what's really gonna help build that deep caramelization. It looks beautiful, that white celery root, the red on top, but the white still coming through with the grill marks. A good way to tell if it's done is to use a meat fork or a paring knife and just give it a poke. You want just a little bit of resistance. We're gonna give these guys just about 30 seconds more and then we're gonna go ahead and get that on the plate. Dulce de Bourgogne, we're gonna put a nice thick slice of that cheese on there. We've got our mâche greens, otherwise known as lamb's lettuce. The vinaigrette that we cooled down. Drape a little bit of that right here around on the plate. Dress our mâche with that. There you go.